I am here with my amazing client, Lorna, who did Level Up Your Life last year with me and then went on to private coaching in February this year. We're now at towards the end of May. So I wanted to get Lorna on to just get her to share her success, shine a light on what she's doing next, and really just kind of celebrate what's happened to her over the last few months. So Lorna, thank you for being here with me. What was it that made you come for coaching in the first place?
Well, after I did your Level Up Your Life course at the end of last year, I really enjoyed it and I got a lot from it. But I felt like the accountability aspect was just missing for me. And I wanted to reach out to you during the course, but obviously you just felt like maybe I just needed to talk to you more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or just talk you through things. I had so many questions. And then I found I wasn't really giving it the time that I probably needed to give it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to talk to someone about it. And the group was amazing. So obviously we've got that Facebook group as well, and you can put questions and there's a lot of interaction there and a lot of help. Mm-hmm. But I just needed that extra accountability just to hold me to something and just help give me a bit more structure. Mm-hmm. So after that conversation with you in Costa Coffee, it was a no-brainer really. Mm-hmm. He said all the right things and it was just, I don't know, next step for me.
Good. So that people can kind of understand a little bit more, you know, why you ended up on my course. What was the reason that you were like, I need to talk to someone a little bit more, I need some more accountability? What was the underlying issue behind it?
I think, like a lot of different aspects that we discovered during private coaching, anything that got too overwhelming, I kind of buried my head in the sand. So it was much like everything felt a bit, that's the best word really, overwhelming. And you know, when you've got so much to do and so much to focus on, so many different aspects, you don't know where to start. It's like anything in life when you've got a really busy job, you've got a massive to-do list, and you just, because there's so much to do, you don't know really where to start. So I think having somebody like you to sort of help give me that focus. Mm-hmm. And then once I sort of started focusing on the first thing that we focused on, which was obviously eating and working out and health aspect, everything else just sort of started to slot into place.
Yeah, we have to start where we are, don't we? And I think that for many people that are really creative and have loads of ideas and loads of goals and want more from life, like yourself, it can be like, oh my God, where do I even need to start? And there's almost, you've got so much creativity, which is a strength, but it then almost like trips you up because you get lost within your own kind of like desires, goals, creativity. So what had you tried before coaching to overcome this problem?
I actually don't think, I thought about this, and I don't think I've actually ever tried to do anything particular to overcome it. Yeah. Instead, what I've done is distracted myself by doing lots of different things and kind of pushing the problem to the side. Yeah. And it's only recently, I'd say probably 2020, like a lot of people, was a bit of a pinnacle turning point. You had a lot of time to reflect on things. That's when I realised that it was a problem, because it kept rearing its head in lots of different ways. And I just got to the point where something needed to change, but I'm not too sure what. So that's why I was interested in the course initially.
Yeah, 2020 was definitely, going into lockdown, a time where people had to face what was going on inside them, or, you know, not. And I'm sure there's people listening to this that are probably sitting there thinking, oh, I didn't really face anything that was coming up for me. I kept burying my head in the sand. So it's a choice, isn't it? And you made the choice to align with what it is that you want to do. So what concerns or reservations did you have about signing up for private coaching?
The biggest concern was the financial aspect, because it was a lot of money that I was nervous to part with, because my reservation like a lot of other things that I've experienced previously when I was in a different mindset and different focus, I was worried about parting with that money and then not getting anything from that money. It's a wasted investment. So then when I finally figured out my purpose, I'd have even less money to invest in what I wanted to do, if that makes sense. So it's like a bit of a vicious mental cycle.
Mindset. Yeah. So what gave you the certainty, and now that you're out the other side and you parted with the money, how do you feel about that now?
Well, my relationship with money has completely changed. It's just taken a 180. Like, I was a person that found a fiver, popped it in my purse, and it would stay in my purse just because I've like got this money and I just want to keep hold of it. Like, I didn't want to spend it on just a little thing like a coffee. I'd be like, no, put it on my card because I can't physically see that I'm losing it. That sounds really bizarre, but it was just what I did. But now I literally found a fiver and I was there spending it straight away. Like, no, that, because I don't know, it just feels like when I part with money, I just visualize all this money coming back to me. So I think making that financial commitment with you changed. It was like a bit of a moment where you like, it's like an energy release, like you're releasing it out and just kind of, I don't know how to put it into words, but you're letting it go and things will, I don't know how to express it, but things will come back to me like tenfold. I can't.
Yeah, so like we've learned how to align to the frequency of money and make that work for you and not have the same fearful feelings around playing a smaller game, I guess, holding on to the fiver. So,
yeah, I think the best way to sort of like vocalize it is I see money as a tool now rather than this thing that had the power over me. I've got the power over it. I think that's probably the best way to put it.
I love that. I'm going to use that myself. That will be in like coaching seminars moving forward. So what's happened since? Where are you now?
Oh my God, where am I now? Yeah, I'm a completely different person. Honestly, Naomi, like literally every single aspect of my life has changed, from like the parent that I wanted to be to the professional person that I wanted to be, to the wife that I wanted to, like literally daughter, everything's changed. I see life with the like just in a much more positive light. Everything feels, I mean, maybe it's because it's May and the sun is actually shining now, but everything feels really sunny and bright. Yeah. So I don't really know where to start with that, but just as a bit of a overview, if you like, I am currently in the process of launching my beauty business again. So, but years ago I had my beauty business. I've taken a 5-year break. I've had both my daughters. I've been working in an admin role that I've enjoyed, and it's been great for the purpose that I needed it for, but it's time to now let that go. And I've fully refound my confidence in what I can offer and do. So much so that I didn't actually even know that I had the qualifications to do what I'm going on to do. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But I didn't. I'd like shut that off, like put that to one side, forgotten all about it. And all it was talking to people again. Like, you've given me the confidence just to talk to people. The number of Zoom meetings and Microsoft Team meetings and all these, I don't even know what I had to name Microsoft Teams as if I'm on like some sort of advertising. There are other ways to speak to people other than Zoom. So I've just been speaking to people with this newfound confidence, and I've found that by me being that person, having that air about me, they're bringing so much more to me as well. Like, it's just a really nice place to be. We've got similar interests. It's just really nice conversation, and it doesn't feel like work. I had so much fun yesterday on a number of different meetings, putting things in place. I've got loads of training coming up. I've got dates in the diary now to go and attend training day courses and all sorts of things, and doing more cosmeceutical treatments rather than beauty treatments, which is what I always had a passion for. Skincare was my number one, even at university. So however many years ago that was now, like over 7 years ago, I graduated. My dissertation was on problematic skin and the psychological effects it has on women in particular. That's what their focus was on. mustardy, but and even standing up in front of a whole room of industry professionals to, you know, discuss my findings, all of that stuff I've done, and for some reason I'd completely forgotten about it. But now I'm just stepping into that person that I was years ago, but in a different way now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had no idea that that was going to happen, did we, when we started coaching? This is what you have done the hard work to discover. Because I just do want to reiterate, yes, I might have facilitated it, but you have worked extremely hard to shift things and to change things and to work through the things that weren't working. Like, those are all skills that you've done. That's all hard work that you've done, and now you've got the tools to take forward with you. So what are you most proud of over the last 12 weeks, 3 months that we've worked together?
Oh.
I've slipped that one in.
I know, I wasn't prepared for that one. What am I most proud of over the 12 weeks? I think sticking at it. I think that's what I'm most proud of, because it got to about week 3 or 4 and I hadn't lost interest. I felt a lot of resistance to it, to what we were doing, even the therapy aspects, were the aspects that I was most looking forward to before we started. I had no interest in. I just didn't want to answer the questions. I don't know if you noticed, but I was just like, oh God, I don't know. And I felt like I was at a little bit of a there was just a massive block there. I don't know how else to describe it other than I just didn't want to keep pushing forward. But I knew in my subconscious that by pushing forward, that's when the change is going to happen. Otherwise, if you want to go back to being that unhappy person that you were before you started doing the course and started the private coaching, then be my guest. But by making the change, that's where things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
The baby's come in.
What would you say to someone that's considering having private coaching?
Well, I would say if you're considering it, then go for it, because there's something that's telling you intuitively that this is an option for you and it might help you. Well, we know it will help you. Something in your mind's telling you to do it. So have confidence in your own intuition and just go for it. This is the thing, even if you walk away with just one aspect of your life that has taken a 180, then you've got something from it. There's nothing to lose, basically, is there really?
No, the only way is up and up and up and up. And I know you're going to continue to do that. So what one piece of advice would you give yourself a year ago?
You can do anything if you put your mind to it, and nothing worth having is comfortable.
Yeah, that resistance around about week 4 and 5 is generally when people start hating me as a coach.
Yeah.
And that's almost like you've hit that. We talk about the process of change and it goes like this.
Yeah.
Around about that time is when people hit that lowest point, but it's just when you're about to have the breakthrough. So keep going. You can create anything you want is probably the best piece of advice that you could give anybody at that lowest point.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if there was ever any moments, I think there was a couple of moments during private coaching where I think I've messaged you a couple of times, just that I've had an evening where I've cried and cried and cried, and I don't know why. I don't know how to get myself out of this funk. I'm in a really bad mood, and it lasts for like a day or 2 max. But then afterwards, it was as if like I'd just overcome something huge, and sometimes I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but I just felt this massive weight lift off my shoulders, and I had a little bit more of a a vision of exactly the direction that I should be going in. Like, it's as if I was at a fork in the road, and that I'm right at the tip of the fork. I'm losing my mind. I'm crying. I'm angry. I don't know what I'm feeling. And then when I feel it, like, passes, and I've chosen, right, this is the right direction. And so I go down that path, and then just wait until I get to my next fork.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, because some of the things that you're saying are like new to me. Obviously, I've been on the journey with you, but seeing it from this point of view is just so wonderful, and it's what it's all about. And you know, your girls now have a mum with the tools, and not, you know, not even just the tools, but who you are is going to be this great inspiration and motivation for them. And most people don't have that from an early age, so it is truly amazing to be a tiny part of your journey. So thank you so much for doing private coaching with me, and thank you so much for sharing your journey with other people that might be at that fork at the moment and needing some help and some guidance. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because sometimes I can't put things into words exactly how I feel. It's difficult for me. It's one of those challenges that I have. But I've got so much from this course with you, the coaching with you. So much from the course to begin with. I got a lot from that. But I've obviously got a lot more from the private coaching. I've just really enjoyed every step of it, even the hard times. When you look back, the hard bits were the best bits. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So I hope that's helped, and yeah, help somebody else make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you get back to your family and enjoy the sunshine today.